Alright y'all, I'm going to do a little bit different of a video today. I've had this idea for a while. I'm going to do a little background story on myself. Tell everybody where I am in life, where I've come from, how I got here. Most of y'all already know I love to fish probably more than anybody. There probably is very few people that like it more than I do. But I'm also a family man. I've got a normal job like everybody else. Just life in general. I work for a company called Reliance Works Property Maintenance. I've been here 3 years right at it. And I've got a family. I've got a woman and 3 great kids at the house. Love them more than anything. I live in a town here in Kentucky called Willisburg. It's near Taylorsville Lake. I guess I grew up just like anybody else, you know, just had a mom and dad, and there was 7 of us kids all together. You know, we had a big family. Dad always worked, mom worked, took care of us, had a great family life, home life, you know, just normal American family. We wasn't rich, but we wasn't broke. Grew up hunting, fishing, being in the outdoors, was around racing a lot. Got up in my teenage years and kind of drifted away from the hunting and fishing more toward the racing, and then everything just kind of went downhill for me. I ended up around 17, something like that, getting hooked on drugs and going down a long, hard path. And I've worked all my life, you know, but I've always just ended up blowing it on dope for a lot of years. Ended up getting in quite a bit of trouble, some trafficking charges and stuff, and was looking at doing a lot of time in prison, 20, 25 years or something. And judge ended up ordering me to go to rehab, and I said, well, I'll go to rehab for 30 days and, you know, appease the judge, maybe get this all knocked down on a little probation, and I'll be all good to go. I got to a place called the Isaiah House, and come in with the attitude I was going to pull me a 30-day stint in rehab, you know, and go right back to the way I was living. Well, that didn't pan out for me, I don't guess. I met some great guys up here in my little 30 days worth of treatment, and Greg Peevler's one of them, Kenny Rigg, Dustin Miller. Those guys, they all, especially Kenny and Greg, they had been through there before and didn't stay for the long haul and went back out, and they learned the lesson the hard way, you know. 30 days ain't enough for whatever they had done. It wasn't the full 11-month deal that Isaiah House recommends. They talked me into staying a lot longer than I wanted to. They actually talked me into staying and doing a 100-day program. And during that 100 days, that turned into just staying for the whole thing, and I ended up sticking around. And that was 3 years ago, almost 4. It's about 3.5 years ago, and I'm still here today. You know, still in the same town. I got out of the program and started their sober living program side. Got back into fishing while I was in there with my buddy Jeremy, and he's been a big help to me and mentored me a long way through that. And I've had my boss Ed, he's been there for me a lot. There's countless people that have been there for me that I couldn't begin to mention them all. You know, my Uncle Willis and my granny and my papa and all of them, they've been there for me and helped me along the way. And I was in the sober living program when I met Lindsay, my woman, and met her and the kids, and it all just went from there, and we lived together and got a great family life now. She's really supportive of me in my fishing and helps me do anything I want to do, but I can truly say if it wasn't for God and Isaiah House, I wouldn't be where I am today. I may not even be here in this world. Got out fishing while I was, after I'd met Lindsay, I was out fishing one night and I ended up running into Shane-O, and he taught me what catfishing was and taught me into quitting chasing them ditch pickles that I love so much. He hooked me up with all kinds of gear and tried to give me some of his knowledge. I'm hard-headed and I got to learn everything my own way. But he's been a good mentor to me on other things other than fishing too, as far as the recovery and just life in general. You know, he's become one of my real good friends. And I've got Eric. He's probably my best friend in the world. I can go to him with anything and we'll get through it, you know. The same way with me. He'll be having a bad day and we'll work it out. Where we take off and go to the lake or something or whatever. But fishing for me is a big part of my recovery in a way. You know, it's my escape. It's where I go to collect my thoughts and let the world go, I guess. There's an old saying that I'd rather be on the lake talking to God than I would be in church thinking about fishing, and that's a big truth for me right there. Most of me and God's talks, that's where I'm at, you know. And it's just where I go to get away from it. That's part of the reason I don't film a lot of my trips. Some of the reason I'm in them tournaments, and I got that drive to win. And I ain't gonna let making a YouTube video get in the way of me winning a fishing tournament. So if it's catch a fish on video or get that fish in the kayak, I'm getting that fish in the kayak 90% of the time. You know, it's the first of the month, a lot of times I don't care. I'm out there just kind of taking it easy and laid back. But when it starts getting up toward the end of the month in these month-long tournaments, you better have your game together, because Kayak Mike and Mike Bearding and all them guys, Shane when he ain't deer hunting, Dave McKinney, Mark Bennett, all them guys, they're gonna be right there on top of me. If I ain't got my stuff together, they're gonna beat me, and I don't like getting beat. But I just figured I'd do this little video and kind of give everybody a little bit about where I come from and what I do, and you know, I've kind of made it up a little bit more now. I don't have to do the grunt work out here in this landscaping tree work type business. I do still get out and do some, but not a whole lot. I'm mainly bidding jobs and directing the guys what to do and making sure they got what they need. But I don't know, I just wanted to do this, and I kind of challenge all my YouTube friends out there to do the same. Let everybody know who you are and where you come from, why you do what you do, and pass it along. That way we all get to know each other a little better. You never know, your story might help somebody else. That's why we do the YouTube thing anyways, to pass on a little bit of knowledge that we've got or something that we've learned to everybody else. You know, I'm still learning all this catfish stuff. I've only got a year of it under my belt, and a lot of the stuff that these guys, you know, Shane and all these guys that have taught me a lot, you know, like even Justin Johnson, Old Kayak Catfish, and Catfish Dave, and Spencer on River Certified. All them guys, they take stuff for granted, you know, a lot of times that us new guys are trying to learn, and it's like they're speaking in Chinese to us, you know, a lot of times, stuff they're doing, and we're wondering why they're doing it that way. It's because they've learned that way works, but we have to learn a lot of things that they already just know, that they do on instinct. We have to figure out. So, but I don't know, maybe somebody can get this and take something from it. If not, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. If you like my videos, like them. Hit that little bell notification. You'll get notifications from other videos of me. But, y'all, I'll catch you in the next video.